Hey, this is BJ. Thanks for listening to our show's podcast. If you're a fan of all things geeky, you should check out my other podcast, BJ Shea's Geek Nation. We have new episodes every day, and you can check it out at bjgeeknation.com.
Your home is going into foreclosure and you feel like a financial wreck. You don't know where to turn for accurate information. I'm bankruptcy attorney Travis Gagne. Let's talk about some legal options. If we work quickly, we can propose a plan to save your home, modify the loan, or in many cases even eliminate your second mortgage. The consultation is free. I've helped hundreds of people just like you make informed decisions about whether to save their home or exit it on a reasonable, organized timeline. The chapter you choose sets the tone for the next chapter of your life. Please contact me today at choosetherightchapter.com. That's choosetherightchapter.com.
99.9 KISW, the Rock of Seattle. Just a couple weeks, we are going live. I mean, we're live now, but we're going to go all live as Live Day is back.
We'll do it live!
Tuesday, November 20th at the Snoqualmie Casino. Our show, The Men's Room, will be completely live. And for the second year in a row, guess what? You're invited. Yeah, a live studio audience, and we want to be part of that.
Last year, we paid tribute to the great Fred Durst from Limp Bizkit by dressing like him. This year, we're keeping it simple.
Yeah.
Show up in your pajamas. BJ and his PJs, and the rest of us will be doing that, too.
Yeah, I'm glad that I was able to contribute by saying, can we just do something that's easy?
Yeah.
So... but here's the thing with Live Day, sound effects, commercials. Hear this music playing right now? There'll be a live band doing that because nothing will be pre-recorded. Tickets are on sale as I'm speaking. You can get GA or you can get premium experience packages. You want Live Day tickets, you want to be there November 20th at Snoqualmie Casino, then you go to KISW.com.
Let's play B-Mix. It's time to play the game. Yeah! So everybody scream his name. B-Mix. Don't be a loser. Whoa! B-Mix. You're a loser. It is time to B-Mix. But maybe we can whack him instead.
Whack it.
It's Whack-It Wednesday.
Whack it.
Oh, yeah, buddy.
Yeah.
This is a day for a good whacking.
Whack
It
it.
is.
Let me see everybody do their Mr. Wacky then. All right.
That's right.
And Steve was whacking perfection earlier today.
He's a perfect
whacker.
Yeah, got that perfect 10.
Well, you know, Steve's had a lot of practice whacking. He's been doing it for many years. He's got his 10,000 Malcolm Gladwell hours in that one.
Thank you. 10,000 hours. That's the only thing I have 10,000 hours in.
Pro whacker.
Yeah, that's for sure.
Whack it.
Let's get to our contestant today. We got Jeff and Everett to take on Steve. Jeff, are you there, sir?
Yes.
Wow. Jeff's excited.
So excited. What's he playing for today, Steve?
Pair of tickets to check out Stephen Piercy from Rat. He's going to be at the Clearwater Casino Resort on December 13th. Go to KISW.com for all the details. And if you want tickets, they're available now at Ticketmaster.com.
All right, Steve, get out of here. For those playing at home, Jeff will have 60 seconds to answer 10 questions. Jeff, you can pass all you want, but you will only get 3 guesses per question. Are you ready?
I am.
What kind of a car travels through time in the movie Back to the Future?
DeLorean.
Yes. The 2017 movie Dunkirk is set during which war?
World War I.
No.
World War II.
Yes. What year of the early 90s did Guns N' Roses release the Spaghetti Incident?
93.
Yes. Finish the name of the Bruce Willis movie Live Free or what?
Or pass.
What do you get when you add fresh fruit to red wine?
Spody?
No.
Spumoni.
No.
Pass.
What
Die
Smokey?
Hard for Bruce Willis.
Yes. What Smokey and the Bandit star played the blacksmith on Gunsmoke?
Jackie Gleason?
No.
Burt Reynolds. Pass.
What word describes the habit of some bears for sleeping through the winter?
Everything.
Yes. What does one call their mother's brother?
Uncle.
Yes. What actress was the star of the 2000 movie Miss Congeniality?
Sandra Bullock.
Yes. Now, before we get to it, before we bring him in, he did say not a person.
Yeah.
Was that not an answer, or would you consider that an answer?
That's a tough one, isn't it? Because it did sound like he didn't say, he was like, it's not that guy.
Yeah.
So I feel like we can't give it to him because we let people think out loud.
All right, then.
Yeah.
Then he's not. Then he's got 7 correct.
It is Burt Reynolds?
It was.
Well, and the way you just said that leads us to believe you didn't think it was.
Yep. And so it might be the deciding factor now.
Sorry
at this
about
point.
that, Jeff.
Yeah.
I like to be a nitpicker to piss off Red, but I think you're right.
I know, and that's I would kind of preemptively nitpick myself there on that one.
Yeah.
Cut you off at the pass.
Well, I mean, I'm consistent because, we allow thinking out loud.
Yes, we do.
And that's, sometimes,
Yeah. Steve, are you ready?
Ah, yes.
Thanks. What kind of car travels through time in the movie Back to the Future?
A DeLorean.
Yes.
Yeah.
The 2017 movie Dunkirk is set during which war?
World War II.
Yes. What year of the early 90s did Guns N' Roses release the Spaghetti Incident?
That was 1992?
No.
93.
Yes. Finish the name of the Bruce Willis movie Live Free or What?
Die Harder.
No.
Die Hard.
Yes.
Okay.
What do you get when you add fresh fruit to red wine?
Rosé?
No.
Mimosa?
No.
Oh, man.
You can do this.
Fresh fruit.
Yeah, you really can.
Alcohol. Fruity drink.
No. What Smokey and the Bandit star played the blacksmith on Gunsmoke?
Dom DeLuise.
No.
Burt Reynolds.
Yes. What word describes the habit of some bears for sleeping through the winter?
Hibernate.
Yes. What does one call their mother's brother?
Uncle.
Yes. What actress was the star of the 2000 movie Miss Congeniality?
Julie Roberts.
No.
The other one, Sandra Bullock.
Yes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh man, Steve, you win. 8-7.
Oh, Jeff. If you just said,
if you would have just said Burt Reynolds.
What did he say?
He said he was thinking out loud and he's like, oh, it's not Burt Reynolds. Pass.
Oh.
That's why we had to wait for you to come in.
Yeah.
Because we've done that before with the thinking out loud.
Dude, I
Sorry,
do that
Jeff.
all the time myself. I can't give you... That sucks.
yeah. Sorry, buddy.
That's all right. Good game, Steve.
All right,
You
take
too,
it
my
easy.
friend.
Look at that. Good sportsmanship.
I'm going to have to watch some YouTube video on that because I don't remember him being on Gunsmoke. And I watched that when I was a little kid, that old Western show.
Did you?
Yeah. Oh, dude. Yeah. That was always my dad. That's all it was on in the house was that show.
I thought it was really, really old, and so I just figured nobody had seen it like live.
30 years that show ran.
Oh, okay. And yeah, I guess.
Gunsmoke? Yeah, Gunsmoke was on. That's why The Simpsons, it's pretty amazing because they
That's
surpassed
right.
Gunsmoke as the longest running show.
Ooh, that's a good trivia question for later
Well, I
on.
think you've asked it before, but you go ahead and ask it again.
Oh, yeah, crap.
Yeah.
I know Sarah would knows this answer, but what do you get when you add fresh fruit to red wine?
Sangria.
Sangria.
Yes.
Delicious.
Because then, what's his face? Adam Carolla's got Mangria.
Yeah.
Does he?
See, you should have said Burt Reynolds. You would have been right.
Oh, man. Well, congratulations, Steve. You got 8 correct and the win.
Caller 8 is checking out Stephen Piercy of Rat down at the Clearwater Casino on December 13th. Caller number 8, 206-421-ROCK. I get always messed up when I see Stephen's name.
Why?
Because I keep thinking of the World Series MVP guy, Stephen Pierce. Oh. So I'm like, Stephen Pierce is coming.
Yeah.
He's bringing the trophy with him? Is that what he's doing?
He used to be in Rat before he became a baseball player.
Good job, Stephen.
Just a shout out to a guy that's driving a semi. He says, I'm doing the Mr. Wacky in my semi, and people are looking at me like I'm crazy. LOL.
Hey, it's a new thing. It's a trend. It's trending.
And I think people in semis is kind of ironic because they probably see a lot of people doing a different type of Mr. Wacky in the vehicles as they're driving.
Yeah,
by. So
that's
they can
a
look
fact.
down in your car.
Wow.
I've never understood
Wow.
that. I mean,
Don't act like you've never done it.
True.
I don't know. That's the one place I can see if you're with somebody, sure. But if you're by yourself and you decide in my car, in traffic, this is when I'm going to take care of business.
You haven't been bored?
Road trips are long, man.
See, you guys, the boredom is never the reason. It's never the motivator for me to
But
do
tired.
that. Tired?
Something to kind of,
Oh, yeah.
pump you up.
Oh, yeah, I never think of that. Because the trouble is that I'll want to finish, and then I'll get really tired.
Oh.
So that's why I go for caffeine instead.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
one thing's cheaper than the other.
Yeah, you're right. Wow. So am I then led to believe that some people on this show have indeed, while in traffic...
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
That's creepy.
I've done it, but not in traffic.
Well, that one time I went to Spokane, everyone in the car fell asleep on me, and I was like, I got to do something. You were busy reading comic books while it was happening.
Right next to him.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just kidding. I got rear-ended by someone once.
I bet
doing
you
it.
did. Oh, what? I'm sorry, are we still in the same conversation?
My wife and I fondly remember that moment because we just went to Vancouver. And when we first got married, we went to Vancouver for our honeymoon and went there and just kind of chilled before we went to Hawaii.
Why would you be doing it by yourself in the car if your wife is there?
I wasn't doing it. We
Oh.
were driving home. We were going to stop at the hockey shop in Surrey. And as we're heading there, we stop at a light, and all of a sudden we hear a car slam on his brakes and rear end our Jeep. And boom. And I'm like, what the hell? I get out of the car, and the guy gets out of the car, and he's zipping his pants up.
No, he wasn't.
And he's on the phone. And he was a younger kid, like probably like 18, 19 years old. And I'm like, either he's going to the bathroom, or he was doing something because he's pulling up his.
Oh no!
Yeah,
no.
And all I could think, I mean, it took everything in my power. I was mad at him because he rear-ended me, but then there's part of me that's like, that's hilarious. You totally were cranking it when you rear-ended me. That's funny.
Being a young dude, I would have to go with the cranking. Because, I mean, older people are the ones that maybe have to go to the bathroom on the road and can't pull over.
Well,
but younger people?
Why would he also be on the phone and zipping his pants up?
I agree. So
I'm guessing he was talking to somebody. And
oh, man.
the conversation got a little bit more heated.
Getting inspired.
I don't know. Have you ever had like a really big meal and you had
Pardon
to
me?
unzip your pants? Because your stomach's sticking out. You're like, okay,
So
that's
what
You
my jeans.
unbutton your pants? Do you
Yeah.
unzip them and keep the button still on?
Well, depend. Oh, he kept the button on. He could have put the button on before he got out.
That's a good
All
point.
right, a little Carrie contrarian here.
I
So
was-
you're saying that he was actually having a big meal in the car? Did you see any food, Steve?
Yeah.
I meant before
yeah,
he
yeah,
got
the-
in the car, but
He had turkey dinner. He was having Thanksgiving via FaceTime.
So you think he had a big meal, got in the car, unzipped his pants, and
Yeah,
then
well,
zipped them back up because what, the meal digested?
all I know is sometimes after I have a really big meal at a restaurant, I get in the car and I have to do the shameful unzipping of the pants.
So
I'm just
so
saying this could
Steve's
be a
in the car.
possibility.
I'm not driving with either one of you. You're pulling your pants down. Steve's doing things in there. This is a very weird
I
car
was
ride.
younger when that happened. You look at me like I did it this morning.
How much? I
Didn't
don't
you?
know. I mean, it's a long ride.
I didn't have a Bang energy drink, so yes, maybe. No.
Yeah.
It was awkward, though, I'll tell you that, because I had to call the cops.
Yeah, and then you had to tell him what you thought happened.
Well, I didn't dime the guy out.
You didn't dime the guy out?
I'm going to be like, hey, man, I'm pretty sure he was cranking it.
Oh, I would have definitely said that to the cop. It would have been a great report. Oh, dude, I got to tell you, that guy was cranking. And then Vicky goes, no, he was just having a full meal.
Somebody says they take
Yeah.
care of it all the time in traffic. Love Jen. LOL.
Yes.
For some reason, it doesn't bother me when I hear a woman say that. It just bothers me if a guy goes, oh, yeah, I take care of it.
Our semi driver, he says, trust me, we see everything.
Yeah, that's why that wouldn't be me. All right, it's time for Listeners on the Loose. This is where you get to pick the topic. You get to guide the show. 206-421-ROCK. You can also text us at 77999. We got your calls. We got your texts at 917 on the Rock.
BJ and Migs, mornings on The Rock, 99.9 KISW.
99.9 KISW, the Rock of Seattle. It's Listeners on the Loose, brought to you by the Shane Company. Listeners on the Loose, where you pick the topic, you guide the show. 206-421-ROCK. You can also text us at 77999. Doesn't matter what you want to say, man. Something old, something new. It could be something from, hey, almost 30 years ago, when Joey was born.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, whatever you want to talk about from then.
It's his big birthday today.
Yeah. What was going on in 1988? What was happening with you people? Yeah.
88.
Yeah, a long time ago.
I was watching hockey.
Yeah.
I wasn't born.
I was 2.
Yeah.
Nice.
How about that? Vicky
was
wasn't born. Those were the days.
Yeah.
88, I was 14.
Wow.
I was 9.
Yeah, you were.
Dang.
Yeah.
What the hell, man? I haven't really matured much since
No,
then.
you really haven't. Neither one of you,
Where are
actually.
these 30 years gone?
Yeah.
So if you were 15 when I was born, is it weird to think that if you actually were having sex at 15, I could be your 15-year-old mistake?
Wow. Why?
No, I'm positive it wouldn't because I wasn't having sex at that age.
Like, isn't it weird to think that you could have a daughter if you were having sex?
That would be. It is kind of crazy when you like we were watching. Oh man, I lose track of which Wayans show we're watching and which Wayans brother, son that we were. It was the one where like they're happy together. I think it's the new sitcom.
Oh, yeah, I know. The whole family is just so like they're in all forms of entertainment. I don't know who's who anymore.
And I think it's Damon Jr. and then his dad Damon popped on the show, and my wife was just like, wait. That's his son, and that's the father. They don't look much different in age, because Damon looks great for his age.
I know.
But then you look, he had the kid at like 23, and I was thinking, man, That's a whole different world than what I'm in.
Yeah, that's for sure.
That's nuts to think that he has a son that's old enough to now, like, you know what I mean? It's just crazy when you think about those things. So to answer your question, Vicky, it is nuts.
Yeah, arguably you could be having a grandchild if you had a kid like at 18 years old.
Right?
Yeah, you definitely could have a grandchild by now.
That would not be good for this world.
No. I don't even think you having a child is good for this world.
Oh, it is. The world would be blessed.
I don't know about that.
The future leader.
Man, because Steve already has his 4-year-old from, 40 years ago costume. Then he can get it for his child, and then he can roll like that.
Oh, bro, I've already said it to my wife. If we ever do have a child, and it's a boy, don't expect to ever see us not wearing the same exact thing every day. I will pay good money.
That's fantastic.
To have miniature versions of whatever I wear made.
Yeah. Or larger versions of what he wears.
Which would probably be a little bit easier to pull off.
Yeah.
Actually.
Oh, yeah, so you'll get onesies. It'll be great.
I'm okay with that.
Yeah. Oh, man. I know. 1988. That's when Joey D's came to this world.
Happy birthday.
November 7th. There he is.
Somebody has a text message question for us on listeners on the loose.
206-421-ROCK. Text us at 77999.
Speaking of being kids, do you remember the first news story as a child? The first news story that you remember as a child?
Ooh. Huh. It was about the Vietnam War and the draft.
Whoa.
And I wasn't a child. Well, I mean, that's not... Maybe I was. I was like 10-ish.
Okay.
That's the first one I can remember, because I was way too young for Kennedy's assassination. It was during my lifetime, but I think I was 2 or 3, and so I wasn't remembering anything at that point.
Reagan got shot before the Challenger, right?
Yes.
So my first memory as a news story, a big news story, was Reagan getting shot. Because then I wrote the letter to him, and Nancy wrote me back. That was pretty cool.
Yeah, that's a huge story.
A picture of him getting...
Wow.
You mentioned the shuttle Challenger disaster, and that was mine.
Yeah.
Because I was about 7 at the time when that happened. And Yep,
those are big ones.
What about you, Vicky?
I think I remember when Princess Diana died, because I remember my aunt was crying about it.
That was 97.
Yeah, it was that's the first one that comes to mind. And the other one was I remember seeing Bill Clinton on the TV, and I think it was I did not have sexual relations with that woman. But I didn't know what he was talking about. I just remember seeing Bill Clinton and everyone freaking out.
Oh, you didn't see him on Arsenio blowing a saxophone?
No, I did not.
Oh,
no.
That was cool.
I wish I did.
Is that euphemistic? Oh, no, he actually was on Arsenio.
Somebody texted in that when the Challenger exploded, that was theirs. My first news story, this is going to make you feel old, BJ, was 9/11. I was 5, and I didn't fully understand what happened.
Wow. So somebody is old enough now, because we're getting close to 20 years of 9/11. That makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, that person, 5, that person's in their 20s now. It's weird to think that such a big moment is something that they're not really super familiar with because they were 5. And I suppose for me, World War II was surely big in my dad's life because it had only been 15 years or so. But when I was born, it was 15 years later.
The person 26, my first news story was 9/11. The Berlin Wall just got texted in from John and Puyallup.
Yeah, that's a big one.
Another one says I was 6 years old when I remember the news about the Berlin Wall coming down.
Yeah.
Big stories.
Danny?
Desert Storm.
Desert Storm.
Yeah, and it was because of the news story. I remember watching it on TV, but then also my uncle was coming back, so we went to the actual airfield to pick him up.
Oh, that makes sense.
So yeah, that was probably 4 at the time.
I don't know if anyone's going to chime in with this one because it's a little bit older, but someone brought up a good point. Don't forget today is Pearl Harbor Day.
Oh, wow.
No, not today.
No, it's not. It's next month.
It's not December. It's November. Dude, the texture had me even thinking that too. I was it's December 7th.
December 7th, I know.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. Sorry, texter.
I'll save that text for next month.
But I will tell you, the days that will live in infamy in our country, Pearl Harbor Day and, of course, 9/11. But a lot of folks don't know about Pearl Harbor Day, as this particular texter confused. I mean, folks just don't know that, 12/7's a big thing.
How about this one? OJ and the Bronco.
Yeah.
Wow.
That was somebody's first.
I remember them preempting a Knicks game. I think it was the Knicks versus the Bulls, if I remember correctly. Basketball. And all of a sudden, there's the Bronco just going down the road.
Damn, dude. I mean, I remember that, but that's somebody's first news headline they remember.
I haven't listened to Stone Cold Steve Austin's newest episode of his podcast, but apparently he does a whole podcast about how the OJ story basically just killed the Bronco business for a while.
Yeah.
I mean, they're coming back, but, we haven't had a new Bronco in forever. And I guess it's all stemming from that whole OJ situation.
So let's
the Broncos are sweet.
Say people are like 3 when it may happen, 3 to 5 years old. So that would have to be, maybe in another 5 to 10 years, we'll hear people say when President Obama got elected as the first African American president. People might remember that as a headline. Thinking how old this dude is. Remember 9/11. So we probably got another 5 or 10 years for someone. If we ask that question, that might be their first headline.
I was crushing a bucket and eating a slice of pizza at the Rock when the news came out about that. I wasn't a kid. I was an adult. And I was thirsty and hungry.
Yeah,
but that's where I was when it all.
Were you celebrating, or you just happened to be there?
No, I was just eating dinner, and it all comes on the news. I mean, I obviously knew.
I got news for you. That's a place to go for celebrations. And if I was stoked about a president being elected, I would go to the Rock.
Yeah, hell yeah.
That's what I'd do.
Give me one of those syringe shots.
Yeah, get Vicky one of those buckets. Just the sand buckets full of alcohol.
Oh, someone brought up a good point, Steve. Don't forget today is Christmas. That's right.
Oh, today's Christmas.
Merry Christmas, everybody. The person says, hey, it's Slurpee Day today, Steve. 7-Eleven, 18.
Yeah, we're geniuses. We really are.
Well, I'm the genius. You corrected me.
Yeah. Well, let me tell you, it's not like this show really is a bastion of intelligence anyway, so let's be honest. Thanks for that, Vic. You're not really, you're part of that.
I know.
Thank you. All right, it's listeners on the list.
Just say yes, I know, without turning your microphone on.
I hit both buttons at the same time. Because you guys never have microphone problems.
Rest my case. We are geniuses of our own industry, let alone beyond.
I feel like when people leave their car after listening to our show, they feel smarter.
Oh, they have to feel better about themselves.
So we're helping the intelligence of our audience.
Why do you think we go to those radio conventions? So other shows can feel better about themselves. They go, God, if these morons can do it, anybody can.
Sometimes I wonder if it's just an elaborate joke by our parent company, and they just forgot that they hired us.
Oh, yeah.
That's happened to me. As a joke.
That has happened to me. Literally, somebody turned around and go, what the hell are you doing in San Francisco? And they fired all of us. They literally said, what are you doing to the boss? And that day, the guy came in and said, what's happening here? And just blew us all out. So I have been part of something like that before. We had 9 months, though, Steve, and nobody knew what was up. All right, you pick the topic. You guide the show. It is Listeners on the Loose. 206-42-ROCK. Text us at 77999. We got more of your calls and more of your texts at 9:33 on The Rock.
BJ and Migs, mornings on The Rock, 99.9 KISW.
99.9 KISW, The Rock on Seattle's Listeners on the Loose. You pick the topic. You guide the show. 206-421-ROCK. Text us at 77999. Let's go to Angel, or is it Angel? I'm not sure. How should I say it, Vicky?
Angel.
Angel.
Oh, I'm that new Mexican that doesn't speak Spanish.
Oh, you're the new Mexican, like Danny. Yeah, because Danny doesn't know a lick of Spanish. And Danny, I don't even think he's Hispanic. I think he's a poser.
Hola. Oh, no, I am.
I know you are, probably. But Danny, you know what? He's faux. We're going to do a DNA test. Going to find out he's probably just, stupid.
Wow.
They do that with DNA, Steve.
They determine if you're stupid or not?
They can determine what exactly your ethnicity is and your stupidity. They can.
Fantastic.
They do it all. Yeah. All right, Angel, what do you got for us?
Okay, so it's for the first news broadcast that you remember.
Oh, we talked about that last break. What was the first news headline or broadcast you can remember in your life?
I was about 6 years old, living in East Los Angeles, and it was the Los Angeles riots.
Oh, yes. Whoa, dude. Now, how old are you now? Because there's been a few riots out there.
Oh, I'm about 37 right now.
Yeah, because, I was thinking about
the Rodney King riots?
The Rodney King riots,
yep. See, I'm old enough to remember, of course, the riots in the 60s, too.
I remember, my mom used to work off Crenshaw, so she used to have to drive us, and that's where it all went down.
Whoa. Yeah, dude, you would think that, that's why the way this country is and the way people are being mean to each other, you would think they would remember, like, Los Angeles, not once but twice in our recent history, and, we got to be cooler to each other, but folks are just not getting that message.
No, at 7, I'm not understanding why. I literally remember sitting outside my house and watching the city burn.
Yeah.
That's heavy.
That's that. Yeah, if you,
I remember the video footage.
Close to that.
Yeah, you was watching it from New York on the other side of the country and thinking this is just awful.
Yeah, that's trippy. That's trippy stuff when it's your neighborhood, man. That sucks.
Oh, there was National Guards walking across my street, and I remember looking as a kid, and they'd have the machine guns, and they didn't have the magazines in, and I was just so curious. I'm like, what is going on?
Yeah. Angel, I appreciate the call. Angel just had me think of something because, I'm a big fan. I watch Sons of Anarchy. And they would also have other motorcycle clubs. And there's a new show called Mayans MC, which is basically a Hispanic motorcycle club.
Right.
They would show up. This particular motorcycle club would show up from time to time in Sons of Anarchy. And they would be portrayed in a negative way by some of the rednecky people on the show. It's so funny now to watch it flipped and to see how the Hispanic motorcycle club again refers to the rednecks as just as bad and just as racially biased. It's fun to see it from the other side, like that you're seeing just how we can be just as stupid and bad or whatever in life, depending on someone's point of view. That's what I love about the show because they were sort of just really side characters on Sons of Anarchy,
right?
So you kind of was like, oh, they're very two-dimensional, but they've been doing such a great job with Mayans MC. It's such a great show, and
I hear it's awesome.
Yeah, it's on FXX or O, or there's 100 X's in the F, but one of the FXs.
Triple X.
Yeah, it's either FX or FXX. It's one of those songs. It's so good. Edward James Olmos, by the way, he really is doing a great job in it as well.
It is funny sometimes, even in real life, when you hear somebody telling you a story about something happening, and everyone's like, that's so messed up. And I always think, it's just my way of thinking all the time, I wonder what the other side of this story is. When they're saying something bad, maybe about an ex, or about an old friend that did them wrong, and you're hearing this story, and you're just like, wow, that person seems like the biggest piece of crap. And all I'm thinking is, I wish I was at a bar right now with that person, hearing their side of the story.
Yes.
Because, they always say there's three sides to the story, the one side, the other side, and then the truth. And I'm just curious always what other people's perception is of that same exact scenario, but from their eyes.
And you kind of, I have a lesbian couple friends, and so one of them will bitch to me about the other one, and the other one will bitch to me about the other one, and it's funny because they'll bitch about the same problem, but I get to hear both sides of the story. However, part of me wants to just sit them down and be like, you both are idiots. Why don't you talk to each other instead of me?
Or how about going to a counselor, which is really a great idea since they want to talk.
But it is fun, to actually see, oh, wait, you thought this person was really chill after you really messed up, but no, they were about to leave or whatever. So it's kind of fun to hear what people think a situation's like.
It's the same thing with some of my gay friends, too, and I think, gosh, you would think it would be so great to, cut out the drama of the opposite sex, whatever you might think that is, because you go, oh, how great. A lot of guys would be like, dude, it would be so great to have a guy that wanted to have, a person that wants to have sex as much as I do and doesn't want as much drama. And that's what you would think when people go, God, gay couples have it easy. Then you listen to people talk, like you said, Vicky, you go, oh, wow, they're in as much drama as heterosexual couples. So really being in relationship is the problem.
It took you until now to figure that out. Relationships are always an issue.
I know, but I mean, you're
going to get under each other's skin no matter what. Doesn't matter who you are or what you're doing.
Being by yourself might be the best way. Yeah. 206-421-ROCK.
Wow.
Vicky kind of chimed in on that one.
Deep thoughts. Yeah, guys.
Text us at 77999.
This is actually a pretty fun text if I could just pull it up.
You got it, buddy. Right. There it is.
If you had a star in the last movie that you saw, what would it be? I think a lot of people are smoking pot this morning.
Yeah, they are. We don't have enough. We do not have enough herbal medication to.
What are you talking about? We have our friends from the gallery here right now.
That's true. And they did
light it up, Brad. Let's go.
They brought some CBDC less treats, if you will. They did bring treats, but they're not laced with anything. So that's why I'm saying.
So I've been eating these donuts and not laced with the pot.
Yeah, come on.
Oh man.
So we're not ready for conversation. That's what I'm saying. They're here, but unfortunately, they're on the straight and narrow with our treats.
It's like a contact high, though. It's reaching out to our audience. Okay, well, answer the question.
What was the question?
Jeez. The last movie that I saw that I'd have to star in would be Scott Pilgrim versus the World.
How many times have you seen this freaking movie?
Over 20 easily.
I don't know why I'm getting so aggressive about it.
It's on Netflix, so it's just so easy to watch.
Rev and
just sitting there. It's one of my top movies. It's in the top 3.
And it's one of the worst interviews I've ever done because I was such a fanboy of that movie. Yeah.
You still have brown stuff on your nose from that interview.
Dude, I know. I'm so embarrassed as a professional, but I was so in love with that movie. And
you guys are cool. Hey, you guys are cool.
It was Chris Farley.
Awesome.
It was totally Chris Farley.
We've all been guilty of it.
Michael Cera's just in with his backpack, just shrugs. Okay, thanks.
Yeah, I know. I sucked. I was so bad at that interview.
That was awesome.
Yeah,
no, you did great.
No, I didn't. Even the listeners were like, "What the hell's wrong with you?" Yeah, but
it was a good movie. Scott Pilgrim.
How about you, Danny?
Halloween, the new Halloween movie. I saw it in the theaters. That was the last one.
That's the last movie you've seen?
Yeah.
Even at home?
Oh, well, I mean, I don't watch full movies at home. Like, I have Titanic on in the background, but it's not I don't watch it from beginning to end.
The weirdest guy ever.
When the guy who watches 18 to 19 hours of wrestling a week is thinking of you guys as weirdos, that's sad.
I'm just saying it's
That's
the best
very
movie
true.
of all time,
Right.
so you have to have it at least on once a week.
That's very, very true. Both of you are weirdos.
Yeah. Mine's that.
You don't even have a movie, I bet. I mean, because all you're doing is watching wrestling.
No, I mean, well, does it count that we watched the first few minutes of Ant-Man and the Wasp lady?
No. You gotta watch the whole damn thing, dude.
You are like an old man when it comes to watching certain movies. You fall right asleep. Do you have a comfortable chair and you're done, or is it just you and the wife on the couch?
Very comfortable couch.
Yeah, that's what it is, yeah.
Yeah.
I can't throw stones. I'm getting that way myself, but it's amazing how many movies you fall asleep on.
But that's the last movie I watched.
Oh, does it have to be the last movie you watched or the last movie you watched that you'd love to star in?
No, it's the last movie that you saw.
Oh, and that was the last movie you saw, Pilgrim, again?
Yeah, I watched it on Sunday morning.
If you had a star in the last movie that you saw, what would that be?
Oh, okay, got it. Now
What's
I'm
yours
following.
now?
Oh, I tried.
What do you think I'm going to pick? My favorite movie is a movie I fell asleep 30 minutes into.
Well, you did get 30 minutes
Yeah,
in.
you got
All
5 minutes
closer
into
to
it.
20, but yeah.
Yeah. Wow. The last action movie that Joey and I saw, I can't remember what it was.
That was the last movie that you saw?
Yeah, I think so. Because I mean, either I go to the movies with Joe to watch for Geek Nation. What was the last Geek Nation movie we had to go see?
You haven't seen a movie since?
Did you go see Venom?
No.
Or Incredibles?
What about at home? Do you watch any movies at home?
No, I only
You just watch TV.
I just watch all my TV shows at home. I don't have to watch movies at home because I usually go see the movies I want to see.
What about you, Vicky?
I had to really scroll
It's a lot
back.
more difficult of a question than I thought it was going to be.
Yeah, it's very difficult. I'm trying to think.
I don't watch a whole lot of movies
Oh my
either.
gosh.
Because I've been watching the Supernatural lately, but I did figure it out. Incredibles 2. I saw it in theaters.
Black Panther. Because I watched it with my wife.
That was an... Oh, okay.
Because I rewatched it because I asked it for Father's Day or whatever, for my birthday. I got it and watched it for that.
I think if you were in that movie, you wouldn't live long. Your character would probably be gone in the first act.
I would be Claw in that movie. That's who I would be.
No, you wouldn't.
One text
What do you mean
says,
I wouldn't? I could be Andy Serkis. He's not like he's anybody that he was like super athletic. I could be
He was
him.
looking pretty buff.
I can't even be Andy Serkis. I can't even be Gollum.
So sad.
one texter says it would be Naughty Nurses Part 4.
There we go. Oh, we count those?
You watched the whole movie?
I mean, I didn't watch the whole movie of Ant-Man versus the Wasp.
Touche.
Yeah, the thumbnails count. I mean, really.
The wife makes me watch Hallmark movies on Sundays. This would suck.
Oh, yeah, dude.
Wow, every Sunday?
They're all Christmas now.
See, I'm so fortunate. My wife makes me watch martial art movies, but those at least have a lot of cool action. I don't know what the hell they're saying because they're all subtitled, but I mean, still they're fun to watch.
So it says Scott Pilgrim versus the World, one of the best movies out there.
Thank you.
There you go.
And a text for Joey. Happy birthday, Joey. Come by Patty Coins in Bellevue. First pints on me. Maybe don't share that on air. Just let him know. Oh, sorry.
Whoops. We will be in the Bellevue area. Patty Coins could be a destination. Joey's still trying to pick a place in the Bellevue area to go eat.
Ask for a guy not named Matt.
Yeah. Again, but we won't put it on air.
No.
Sorry, Matt.
Shoot. Have that be the first part of the text.
That should really be the first part of the
I
text.
never understand that. Like sometimes that happens on the Migs cast where someone will have this heartfelt email and we'll read it and read it and I'm reading it and then the end it goes, please don't share this on the air.
Oh.
And I'm like, oh.
Yeah, you got to put spoiler alert at the beginning of the statement and also don't share on air at the beginning.
Don't always read things ahead of time.
Because you and I are what they call radio idiots, so you're going to really have to do that. Yep. All right, I have a question. This is a big one. An answer needs to be had for this. What do Ryan Castle and an embezzler have in common? You're going to find out at 9:48 on The Rock.
BJ and Migs, mornings on The Rock, 99.9 KISW. He's the drunk in charge. Now, the Ryan Castle question of the day.
What do Ryan Castle and an embezzler have in common?
Z's.
Z's.
Yeah. Like sleeping. Z's.
Oh, and the Z's in the word embezzler?
Yeah. Try and keep up, BJ.
I don't know if that's your best work.
I disagree. I thought it was rather clever.
I know you did.
One person says they both want to embezzle D's nuts.
Okay.
D's nuts.
D's nuts. Okay.
D's nuts. D's nuts. D's nuts.
Okay.
They would both take it all for the right price. And they both dig deep into Steve's pockets.
Yeah, they do.
His back pocket.
Own that. Tap it and own it.
These nuts.
All right, let me tell you about Tina, okay? She's 44. She's from Salt Lake City. Busted on Monday for embezzling more than $134,000 from the spa where she's worked at since 2014. That's a lot of dough.
Yeah.
But she had a really good reason, okay? I think we should give her a break. Why did she embezzle the money? Because she was trying to pay off another embezzlement charge. So she embezzled before, and she wanted to make that good.
That's awesome.
She owes $170,000 to the previous embezzlement charge. So yeah.
She's not very good at that.
No. Well, she did. She got away with over $200,000 for both places.
Strong point, BJ.
Yeah. So Z's. Yeah.
These nuts.
Ryan Castle's got a 12-pack of Z's for you coming up.
BJ and Migs play of the day.
We were young enough that my dad hired a babysitter. So they leave. All she wants to do is watch TV. Doesn't want to play any board games with us. So I walk downstairs to the closet, take her a jacket, and I go, well, if you're in charge, what are you going to do about your jacket? Open the front door and throw it out. No. She comes screaming down the stairs, walks outside. As she walks outside, I slam the door, lock it, and I go, who's in charge now? I'll show her.
BJ and Migs, mornings on The Rock, 99.9 KISW.
Today's podcast was brought to you by Travis Gagne, bankruptcy attorney. Here's another question from a listener. If I file for bankruptcy, do I have to appear in court? That makes me nervous.
Going to court is never something that's easy to do. However, when you file bankruptcy, you usually only have to attend one hearing at the courthouse. Of course, I'll be there with you. And when you go to court, it's not before the judge. It's actually with the trustee or the trustee's attorney. One of the things that's critical in a bankruptcy is that you give your attorney and the court all of your information. You list all of your assets and all of your creditors. That's what we're trading for your discharge, is your true and honest disclosure of your assets and liabilities. And so the court hearing is just usually about a 5-minute deal where you show up and reaffirm and swear that all the information you've given the court and your attorney is correct.
Thanks, Travis. If you have more questions about bankruptcy, you can reach out to Travis anytime at choosetherightchapter.com. That's choosetherightchapter.com. Thanks for listening.
Love sports? Love culture? Well, I've got a brand new podcast called Take Line from Crooked Media, hosted by me, Jason Concepcion, and two-time WNBA champion Renee Montgomery. From the games to the players to the issues happening both on and off the court, we'll be tackling the important political and social issues happening in sports head on. New episodes drop every Tuesday, so follow and subscribe on radio.com, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcasts.